What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Showtime is Blaze again with King's Critiques, and we're back for Botan. And on the last one, well, we started with a depressive hump, but seems like we fell into more of a end-of-season mellow, perhaps. All three of the canon couples that I had mentioned a couple episodes ago have been made official, it seems. Maybe not in one case as much as the other two, but come on. But is there going to be any more depressive stints, or is everyone just going to live their lives and we're going to see another couple episodes of slice of life, gentle cheeriness, and maybe at least one kiss before the end? Because we know they've happened, probably, but we haven't seen any. Which, the artistic way they've at least divulged that it probably happened is enjoyable enough, but anyway, that all being said, let me know your thoughts on things up to this point. Now, at the end, whatever. Hit the like button, subscribe, and let the video run through to let me get the watch time. And that being said, let's get into it, shall we? Or is this going to be the first official date she has with Gujo? The answer to that question would be yes. Gujo left her waiting for 20 minutes, and she was just happy waiting. And she's, not that fresh out of her teens, I guess would be a way to put it, that gets used sometimes. And she apparently either hasn't been on a date in a while, or this might be her first one. Or the first one she's just genuinely excited about, because that's definitely the kind of thing you say when you're just, happy to be there, waiting for who you're gonna be there waiting for. And at least it's not like a blind date situation to where you could be waiting for, the hottest person on Earth, and it just never happens. And that just kind of threw her off just a little bit. Pause. That's the first time we've gotten that in this show. That's the first time we've actually gotten that so bluntly. They've all beat around the bush before, but that's the first time we've actually seen somebody say that so directly. I think that just threw her off for a second to hear that. And she just continued on with her thought process like that didn't just happen. I feel like it struck a chord, and it's I don't know how to respond to that. I'm just gonna move on. Which might be a little hurtful, but considering how they got together, as it were. And, okay, that's the point of her continuing on with her thought process, was they're all Taiwanese actors. Probably to, learn more about the culture of her Taiwanese girlfriend. Basically what I said. Another good potential thumbnail image. And we're probably gonna get a little just pause and react from Ibuki, because the way she's been so illuminated seems like that kind of moment. Hey, look. Pause and absorbing the sight. She just went over so many perfume names, and it's throwing Ibuki off. What the hell does any of that mean? Yeah, I imagine every time she's been with Ibuki, it's been that special occasion one that she was talking about. And now Ibuki's going on a perfume treasure hunt to figure out which one that Botan is wearing. Even though, again, we know which one it probably is. Okay, but the concept of a game of find your girlfriend's scent, while very fucking weird, is strangely adorable? I don't know. I've never quite been that type of person to be, one to pay attention to that kind of thing, mind you. But, I don't know which way to take it. Weird or adorable? Adorable? The idea of getting each other perfumes, again, that's an adorable thing. And that kind of statement, definitely worth the AO. Although they've definitely been in similar situations already, so. No, but you gave her your scarf, so close enough. Don't think on it too much. You are her girlfriend. It only just so helps that the alcohol assisted that process. Now, y'all could probably spend time without alcohol together. It's just always nice to cap things off, in her opinion. Okay, so we are going through a little bit of a depressive, self-conscious kind of hump, because, she's thinking, oh, we've spent 99% of our time together with alcohol. It's like, but you don't need to. It's just nice to add into things or to end off a time, end off a date together before going back home with everybody else. You're the one that she spent a majority of her time drinking with before she even began to open up to others. Okay, so before we get into another part about Akane and Yaika, is she really gonna go through this whole, self-conscious thing of, do we really have fun together, or is it only the alcohol? Bitch, again, you're the one that wanted to drink alcohol with her. You're the one she opened up to. It's not the only thing. It's just I don't know, the binding force, as it were, I guess. She's thinking too much into it. It's not like if you stop drinking, or, you asked her to go an occasion without drinking at all. She couldn't. Ibuki kind of seemed like she's the one that kind of fell first because of drunk Botan's, crafty tongue, as it were. So is she thinking in the case of her band or her relationship with Yaika? Because they're not 100%, but they were way closer to begin with than anybody else was. And yet the other ones are all pretty much official. So she took her to a hookah bar? Well, first time for everything for some people. And Botan seems like she's very open to trying new things. Botan's just going for it. I do have to genuinely ask, though. I wonder if they were just, ripping a bong outright in the fucking studio. I know that's not the case. They probably have a fucking sound effect for that shit instead of actually doing it. Then again, they might have grabbed a real hookah. They might have grabbed what I said. Because, the sound is too genuine for me to believe that they were just, in a real clever fashion or something. Damn, Akane is the one teasing her about romantic shit instead of other way around. Which, yeah, Botan might be worrying a tiny bit about that herself. Because, her and Ibuki are definitely a couple now, because they're not friends. They're more than that. But she's getting self-conscious. And see, other than the fact that she wouldn't live with them anymore if she quit school, there's that factor that she didn't take into mind. Is that's going to be a whole other ordeal to live with? Is, mentioning to your, at minimum, best friend that you're going to quit, therefore not living in the house anymore. And that'll, send Yaika into quite the emotional way of things. Possible thumbnail for 1. 2, do you ever feel like a plastic bag drifting through the wind? So, this is going into the last one on our next run, so I may as well watch it after this. But it seems like we're in our final depressive hump, and Botan getting a bit too self-conscious about her and Ibuki's potential future. How awkward it could be the rest of the school year and everything after that. But I still think she's overthinking it. Sure, alcohol has been a lot of their relationship, but I really do feel like the vibes the whole time has been more of Ibuki genuinely falling in love with Botan over the use of just the alcohol. Has that helped? Sure, but it's not the main thing that has been a part of everything, So I still feel like she's overthinking it, and I kind of feel like she's gonna have some over dramatic conversation with Ibuki, and Ibuki might just call her a dummy, and yeah. But that's my opinions on where things can go. I'm gonna watch the next one when I'm done wrapping this up. and then vibe, because it's getting warm in here, but I can make it out one more just so I can work on editing everything together between the other thing I'm currently uploading alongside this and this. And then I can work on recording other stuff like tomorrow or next week, etc. But, that being said, of course, let me know your thoughts on everything that just went down, because Akane and Yaika, yeah, they're still kind of questionable, but Chin-lan admitted she loved Gujo point blank, and Gujo didn't quite say it herself, but she did reciprocate the feelings in her own way. And while Ibuki and Botan are definitely a couple, like I said, Botan's in kind of getting in over her own head, so we'll see how that happens in the finale. But that said, let me know your thoughts on everything gone down thus far in the comment section, or about anything else in mind. Let me know about any other shows, movies, etc. I should check out this season, next season, or in general. Hit the like button, subscribe to the other channels, ring bells, like Facebook, follow Twitter, Blue Sky, TikTok, Patreon, and Twitch. And subscribe to Patreon and Twitch to get benefits. Till next time, been the Blaze King with King's Critique. So, ta-ta for now. Peace.